Like, I just don't understand what would give you the reason to be touching me like this, especially when I told you to stop and it's making me uncomfortable. Like, you said you would stop. No amount of liquor in your system is enough reason for you to keep touching me like this without my permission. Like, chill out. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Liallure here, and I'm back at it again with another video. Well, if you are new to my channel, hey girl, hey, my name is Leah. I make videos, I do story times, I do hauls, I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So it's like for the kids, you know the vibes. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey friend, how are you? I hope you're doing wonderful, fabulous, beautiful, amazing. To be honest with y'all, I don't know what order the story time is gonna come in because I'm at the moment bulk recording. If you don't know, if you don't follow me on my socials, I am back in school, so I am like very busy at the moment. I haven't been able to sit down and record a video in a super long time. This is actually my first time in probably like a month maybe recording a video, like sitting down and recording a video. So you know, if you were looking for story times or anything like that and you were like, girl, what's going on? Here I am. I'm back like I never left. Today I have a story time for you guys. Happy story time Sunday to the gang. I know y'all here for my mess. I appreciate you. This is a story time. And this is the story on, honestly, I don't even know what I'm gonna name this because the story's kind of everywhere, but we'll see. So this story happened back when I was in my junior year of college. As you guys know, I graduated a few years ago, but in my junior year of college I had a boyfriend. We're gonna call him Dwayne because in one of my other story times I also called him Dwayne. That is the same guy. Okay, so basically Dwayne and I were going out for like maybe a few months at this point, but that's not the point. The point is we were going out for a few months. We had been through a lot at that point, so this was my boyfriend. Okay, this is not a guy's dating. This was my boyfriend. It was settled. And prior to the story that I'm going to tell you guys, Dwayne and I had broken up. I'm not gonna explain why, but we had broken up. So Dwayne and I had broken up, and when I got back to college for my spring semester, we got back together. Cool, I got my man back. We're fine. This was around, I want to say like April. No, it wasn't. Oh my god, how can I forget this? Anyway, this was around May, okay? And this exactly happened on Cinco de Mayo. This happened on Cinco de Mayo, and let me tell you why I know it's on Cinco de Mayo. The day before this, Dwayne and I had gotten into an argument. I don't remember what the argument was about. I'm not gonna sit here and cap for y'all. I don't know, okay? We was arguing all the time. It could have been about anything, to be honest with you. Dwayne and I had gotten into an argument. Cool, normal, usual. It's giving Malcolm and Marie, you know? Basically, we got into an argument, and Dwayne was kind of just like not talking to me for a few hours. We were real childish back then, like super childish. Like if one of us were mad at each other, more so him than me, if he was mad at me, he would dead not text me back for like a few hours. And I was just like, what is this about? Because you know I'm a black on you. You know I'm a black on you, and you're not gonna text me back. Why? So Dwayne, like, he wouldn't text me back, and I was like, all right, cool, like that's how you want to play, fine. But literally I would be blowing up his phone because why? What was the reason? You know what I'm saying? We had gone through so much, and let me just say that I'm usually not the type of person that blows up anybody's phone. If you don't want to touch me, you don't want to touch me. That's your business. I don't care at that point. But with Dwayne and I, we had gone through so much that I was just like, you're not about to ignore me after all the stuff we've been through, and I took you back. Like, you're not gonna ignore me at all. That's over. That's done. Like, shitting me. Basically, I was blowing up his phone. He was like, yo, like, leave me alone. We'll talk about this later. And so the day before we had started arguing, so May 3rd, he had told me that he was going to his friend's party. Let's call his friend Christina. He told me he was going to Christina's party. It was her birthday dinner or something like that. And I was like, okay. But I was suspicious because Dwayne was not to be trusted. You know what I'm saying? Like, he kept a lot of secrets. He was very secretive. Every time his phone went off, it's the group chat. it can't always be the group chat. Me and Dwayne had gotten into it a few times because like I just didn't trust him, and his stories was never adding up when it came to like other women. So basically I was just like, oh, you going to her birthday dinner? And he was like, yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting, that's cool. We didn't say anything after that because he knew that him telling me he was going to her birthday dinner was gonna piss me off. He knew that. So I was like, all right, cool, that's how we moving. I see. So on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, this was a Saturday of my junior year. Cinco de Mayo fell on a Saturday. So that Saturday I had to go to an event. I had to go to like a formal, right? So if you go to college, if you're, you know, a college student, if you've been to college, you know what a formal is. It's kind of like a ball or a dance for like fraternities and sororities. So I had went to a formal that day, having a good time. Like I'm hanging out with people, like my friends, we're taking pictures, we're dancing, like I'm in my cute dress. Like I think I still have a snap for that day, or I still have several snaps for that day, and if I do, I'll make sure I post them on the screen somewhere. But I was like a cute girl. Like I had my little like bobbiana, you feel me? Like it wasn't like a bob because I don't like bobs, but my hair was cute, okay? Dress was sparkly, it was giving what it's been supposed to give, and that's on period. That's on always with me. One thing about me, when I go out, usually I be home looking a little crusty, but in general, when I go out. Like one thing about me, I'm gonna step on some necks, like shimmy. I was looking cute, so I was feeling good, even though Dwayne and I were arguing. So my friend, we're gonna call her Jacqueline. So my friend Jacqueline was with me. Jacqueline and I had lived in the same hall on the same floor at this time. So Jacqueline and I were at the event together, and Jacqueline's date was a former TA of hers. It was a former TA, I want to say from like 2 semesters ago or something like that, and they had became friends because Jacqueline is a very, 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 very friendly person. When I say she's friendly, I don't mean it in like a malicious way. I don't mean like she was flirting with him or anything like that. Like she's genuinely just a really nice person. Like she's very outgoing. You kind of just like gravitate towards her even if you're not a people person like I am. Like she's just super, super sweet. So Jacqueline and I had became close that year of my junior year, for more reasons than one, but we were basically together like most of the night. We sat at the same table, stuff like that. So her date came, he introduced himself to me, like we were talking, I said hello. He told me he was like a TA for like, I think it was econ or something like that. So basically at the end of the night, well before the night ended, Jacqueline's like, oh girl, like let's go out. So I'm like, I'm not really in the mood to go out, you know what I mean? Like I'm arguing with my man, I am tired, I've been wearing these heels all night, like I'm not trying to go out. Jacqueline wasn't trying to hear it, okay? Jacqueline didn't want to hear it because Jacqueline was like, I know you're upset, I know you're having a hard day, I know you're arguing with your boyfriend, but we're not going to think about this right now, we're gonna go out. And I was just like, okay. I definitely didn't plan on going, but here's the kicker. Jacqueline's date, the TA, he drops us off at our hall and he's like, okay, I'm gonna pick you guys up and we're gonna go downtown and we're gonna go get drinks and we're gonna have fun. So I was like, cool. That weekend, I think it was the senior bar crawl. Yeah. So I don't know about y'all colleges, but in Syracuse, when you're a senior, like we have like a bar crawl where you get like a wristband and stuff like that, and you just go to, you know, all the bars with no cover charge and stuff like that. So we knew it was going to be a lot of people there downtown that night, whatever. Well, I go and I'm getting ready to just be like, I don't want to go anymore. You know what I mean? But then I go on Snapchat because I realized that Dwayne is not texting me back. It's been a few hours that I've been at this formal, okay? And Dwayne hasn't texted me back. Okay. So I go on Snapchat because Dwayne was always on Snapchat at this point. So I go on Snapchat and lo and behold, who's number one because Snapchat is messy? It's Dwayne. So I click on his Snap story and this man is at dinner at Christina, I think that's what I called her, at Christina's dinner, and I'm just like, he's taking shots, he's having fun, he's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like it's going up for her birthday basically. So I was like, oh yeah, you didn't text me all day but you have time to post snaps, bet. So instead of bailing out on Jacqueline. Like I said, I was gonna bail out on her. Like I didn't want to go because I'm usually a person that likes to stay indoors. And y'all know this. Like if you're not new to my channel, you know that I don't go out. Like I like to stay inside. So instead of saying like I'm just gonna stay inside, I was like, oh, he's out. Say less. So I got dressed. I put a little crop top on. I put my I didn't put a crop top on, did I? No, I didn't put a crop top on. I put a dress on. I put a dress on because it was warm. Like I said, it was May. Basically, we got downtown. We went out to dinner. We went to get some Mexican food. We got some drinks. Like Mr. TA man paid for everything. And then we went across the street into like this this really popular like bar downtown. So we went downtown. Of course, the guy, he paid for the cover charge and everything like that. We got our coach checked in, and then we went to the bar. So it's really packed in there. I ran into some people I knew. Jacqueline ran into some people she knew. And then Mr. TA man runs into a friend. He runs into a friend. So this guy looks like him, you know what I'm saying? Like he's very tall. He looks like he's a TA too. He introduces us to him. Let's call him Jonathan. He says, hi, this is my friend Jonathan. Jonathan introduces himself. He tells me like he's like a math TA or something like that. So I say, hey, not really paying it any mind, you know what I mean? Like I don't care, not for nothing, but I don't. But I'm being nice, I'm being polite. Buy us some drinks, and we go to like the place where everybody was dancing. So we start dancing, whatever. Like I'm feeling the drinks in my system, you feel me? Like it's going up. It's going up because I've been drinking basically all day, and now I'm at the point where I'm just trying to be happy. So I'm still posting snaps at this point, like not even to be petty, like I'm just posting snaps because I'm having a good time. And y'all know Snapchat keeps all your memories, so I was like, you know what, I might as well just like remember this moment in time. So I'm posting my snaps or whatever, and Dwayne is looking at every single one of them. He's looking at every single one of them. He was like, oh, you went out, ignored. Jonathan, at some point, he comes up behind me and he starts to dance with me. And I was like, at first I was like, okay, this is weird. This is very weird. But then I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna just dance with him too. It was nothing sexual. It wasn't anything like super like you would get no sense that we really was like, we had a thing going on, because we didn't, you know what I mean? Like it was just a dance. So we were dancing with each other, but then like when the music stopped, like I would try to walk away, and he would like subtly like grab me by my waist, and I would just be like, you don't know me like that, don't do that, don't do that. But I think at this point he was already drunk. Like he was already drunk, so he did it like a few times. And after the third time, I kind of crossed where Jackie was to stand on her other side, and then I kind of like whispered to her. I was like, yo, like he's being very creepy, like he's touching me on my waist. And I said, nah. So she tells the TA guy that she's with, and he tells his friend, like, just leave her alone, like you're being rude, basically. So he's like, oh, I didn't mean to be rude, I'm sorry about that. And I'm like, it's cool, don't worry about it, like just, you know, keep your boundaries. I'm thinking we good. I'm thinking we good. Okay, we go back to where the bar is. It's hard to explain, but basically this place had like different rooms, and the room that we were in was the room where people be dancing and where the DJ is. But then you have to go into another room where it's like a big space and where the bar is. So we went back to the bar to get another drink. We ran into some of our friends and we were talking to them, right? So our friends were seniors, so they were talking to us about the bar crawl and stuff like that. And so Jonathan comes back, and he stands behind me, and he's touching my waist, and I'm like, didn't I tell you to stop? Is it crack? Like, I just don't understand. What would give you the reason to be touching me like this, especially when I told you to stop and it's making me uncomfortable? Like, you said you would stop. No amount of liquor in your system is enough reason for you to keep touching me like this without my permission. Like, chill out. My friend notices, my friend who's a senior, she notices like he's behind me, and she was like, and then she kind of like just grabbed my arm a little bit, like not roughly, she just grabbed my arm a little bit, and then she put me on the other side of her. And then our other friend, like they both like put their arms around my shoulders to kind of just like block him off a little bit. And I was like, oh my god, thank y'all so much. And so we went outside to talk a little bit, we went outside to take pictures, and then we went back in. Jonathan, Mr. TA guy, and Jacqueline are all at the bar. So Jacqueline's like, okay girl, like we're getting ready to leave. At this point it was around like, I want to say 1:30 in the morning or something like that. So they were getting ready to leave, which is fine. Like I wanted to go back anyway. So I'm thinking we gonna get in the car with Mr. TA guy. Why Jonathan come up behind me and was like, you want to go home with me? Go home with you? Why? Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to go home with you? I don't know you from nowhere. Not only do I not know you from nowhere, but I thought I made it very clear that I'm tired of you being around me. You know what I mean? So it was just like, why would you? And so I was like, excuse me. I literally said, excuse me, but I said it in this way, in this voice, this tone. I said, excuse me. And he was like, do you want to go home with me so we could? At that point, I was like, I gotta be drunk. I gotta be drunk. I gotta be drunk because there's no way I could be hearing what I'm hearing right now. You know what I mean? Audacity is not that free for somebody to think that they met me 2 hours ago and they can ask me if I want to go home with them so we could, you know, pardon? Like, literally, I was so thrown off. I was just like, why would this man say this to me? Like, why would he say this to me? So basically, I was just like, no, I don't actually. And I didn't want to make a big deal out of it because I was just like, well, it's inappropriate. Yes, it's inappropriate. But at this point, I just want to go home and I want to get away from this guy. So I basically like link arms with Jacqueline and she's like, all right, let's go to the car now. Like we head to the car with Mr. TA man. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God. Like he's not getting in with us. Like it's fine. So we get in the car. It's me, Jacqueline, Mr. TA guy, and another friend of ours who also lived near us. So he was giving her a lift or whatever, the TA guy. So I'm in the car. I'm getting ready for us to pull out so I could never see this man again. And the window is rolled down and I look out the window and this man got his head in the window and he's talking to me. He's like, are you sure? Like I live on this and that street. He's telling me the street he lives on. He's like, it's not too far. I could take you home in the morning, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I'm sorry, but do I strike you as the type of person that would be into something like that? Like did I give off the wrong impression? I was like flabbergasted because I was like, yo, I turned you down twice. And here you are still in my ear asking me for sexual relations. And you know what? It's getting disgusting. It's getting actually disgusting at this point. Like it's getting rude and it's getting ridiculous. I was like, please go away. I literally said that and I rolled up the window. I was like, please go away. So I rolled up the window. And then thankfully like the guy, he drove off like 2 minutes after that. But what's funny is that our friend who was in the car was like, how do you know that guy? And I was just like, I don't know him. I literally met him tonight and he's the creepiest man I've ever met in my life. She starts to laugh and she's like, Jacqueline and I went out 2 weeks ago and we also ran into him. And he was also in my ear and he was asking me X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. Mind you, she didn't even hear what he said to me because he was kind of whispering. But she was like, he asked me to do X, Y, and Z. Like, it was super weird. And I was just like, oh, he was a repeat offender. Noted. Ew. Ew. Honest. Ew. Nothing but ill at this point. There's that. That's the end of that story. I think the lesson here is that sometimes TAs are going to be super creepy. They're going to be creepy. They're going to be weird. They're going to be disgusting. They're going to be out of line. And it is your responsibility to be like, don't play with me. I will report you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to your girl because you already watched this video. You might as well stick around. You know what I'm saying? Stick around. Kick your feet up. Enjoy. Okay. Yeah. Subscribe to me. Follow me on all my socials. That is in the outro and in the description box down below. Follow me. Let's be friends. Hit me up. Hit my DMs. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Yeah. So that is it. I love you guys so much and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.